This is Warcraft. This is like the original Warcraft. Long before we had World of Warcraft, long before, you know, Warcraft 3, you had this. Now, this game came out when I was pretty young. I was about 12 years old when this game came out. And I wasn't really into it. Like, I saw other people playing it, it looked kind of interesting, but I wasn't really into real-time strategy games. There weren't that many back then. It wasn't really much of a thing yet. But this game definitely helped to make it a thing. This game wasn't hugely successful. It was the sequel, Warcraft 2, that really kind of blew up and was everywhere and started a big, you know, surge of interest in the genre. But this game obviously has a special place in Warcraft's history. So if you've never played it, we'll come back to that. If you've never played it, or if you're at all interested, like maybe you play a lot of World of Warcraft and you'd like to see where, you know, all this stuff came from, like the origins of these stories, this is where it all begins. So let's check out the intro before we get started. Here we have the beautiful Azeroth. In the Age of Chaos, two factions battled for dominance. The kingdom of Azeroth was a prosperous one. The humans who dwelled there turned the land into a paradise. The Knights of Stormwind and the clerics of Northshire Abbey roamed far and wide, serving the king's people with honor and justice. The well-trained armies of the king maintained a lasting peace for many generations. Then came the Orcish hordes. No one knew where these creatures came from, and none were prepared for the terror that they spawned. Their warriors wielded axe and spear with deadly proficiency, while others rode dark wolves as black as the moonless night. Unimagined were their destructive powers of their evil magics, derived from the fires of the underworld. With an ingenious arsenal of weaponry and powerful magic, these two forces collide in a contest of cunning, intellect, and brute strength, with the victor claiming dominance over the whole of Azeroth. Welcome to the world of Warcraft. Alright, so I don't know how much this Alright, let's get started. So this game could be played multiplayer back in the day. There was a capability to play it over the internet, but this kind of stuff was not too common. Like, you would have to use your phone to call people up and connect your computers. It was a big thing. But obviously I can't show you how that works. What was much more common, especially among me and my friends, is we would sometimes get together and connect our computers with network cable, and we could play like that. But for today, I just wanted to show you a little bit about what this game is like. So it has an orc campaign, it has a human campaign, but I'll just skip that stuff and get straight to the game. So I've always been more interested in the orcs, the horde factions. Humans are just boring to me, so let's kill some humans. Now, I already set this up so that we can start with plenty of units to work with. That looks good. Let's go to a random town. That looks fine. Okay. Now, the first thing you'll notice is that this game is really got some pretty spectacular graphics. You can almost see what these units are if you look very closely. Now, I've already sped up the game. The game normally runs at a very slow pace. It's painfully slow. I was trying to play it at the normal game speed, but I was just starting to fall asleep, so I had to increase it a bit. Now, this game has some of the basic concepts of most real-time strategy games in it. Like, you have units you can select, and you can select multiple units and move them together. You can have your units attack enemies, you can build new structures, you can harvest resources. But if I want to do anything, what I really need to do first is start collecting resources and building farms. So I need to find a gold mine in order to do that. This game was not made for modern computers, so when I tap the side of the screen, it just flies to the right. Now, something that's interesting about this game that you don't see in a lot of other real-time strategy games is, in order to expand your base, you have to connect your buildings with little roads. So if I want to build a few more farms, I'm gonna have to do it along this road right here. So let's get this guy to build a farm right there, and this guy can build a farm right there. Let's extend the road a little bit more. We can also build walls. Okay. Not enough gold. Let's send this guy back to the mine. As soon as I get a nice economy going, I'm gonna head towards the enemy's base. Don't want to go too soon, because if I get wiped out, I'm not going to be able to recover. I used to play a lot of StarCraft, and this, as you can probably realize, that this is where StarCraft came from. This is where most of Blizzard's stuff came from. This is one of their first big, games that they put out there. Obviously, they produced a lot of games, but this is one of the first ones. Okay, you're blocking the road there, pal. Can you guys kill these trees so I can get through? Okay, I need to build a barracks. Stop killing the trees. Go get gold. A neat thing about this game is when you harvest these trees, it actually removes them from the terrain, and it can open up new paths. So you could try to do a little sneak attack on your enemies by digging a tunnel through the trees. Okay. Build more farms. That guy just keeps chopping away. He's opening up my base to enemies. Can you guys quit chopping everything? Jeez. Okay. Let's move these guys up a bit. Good. Good job there, pal. Let's build another town hall. Can I build town halls? No, they don't even let you build new town halls. You only get one. Jeez. Okay, let's move up a little bit more. I would like to build a wolf pen so I could get some wolf riders. The wolf riders, if I remember correctly, are one of the best units. Along with the spearmen, you can do some pretty serious damage. So, if you do play World of Warcraft, I'm sure that you have probably played it quite a lot. That game is super addictive. I've never played it because I used to play MMOs back in the day. I used to play games like EverQuest and the original Star Wars role-playing game online. I think it was I forget what it was called. I think it was just Star Wars Online. But I had to stop because it just became an addiction. Like, I was logging on and I was doing stuff and I just felt like I had to do, and I wasn't enjoying it at all. So I eventually just decided that I need to stop. I need to move on because this is getting ridiculous. Do I need to build a blacksmith in order to get wolves? Well, let's try it. So I haven't played any MMOs since then. I just don't want to fall into that again. Especially since I now have a couple of kids to take care of. I don't want to get distracted too much. So I only really play games that I can be satisfied with and move on in like 30 minutes or less. So games like Dead by Daylight, for example, are perfect for me. I can quit whenever I have to. Okay, Spearman. What are you guys doing? Ah, jeez. Okay, so I'm in trouble. I need to get some more units. Oh, here we go. Raiders. Nice. Oh, hi, Cylian. Check this out. I'm playing the original Warcraft. I can hear you, but you're very quiet. Let me turn you up. So what's going on?
I just realized you were playing Warcraft 1.
Yeah, this game is kind of painful to play, honestly. And I'm about to lose because I keep having like pathing issues. These guys keep getting stuck and stopping. They're just blocking traffic. Apparently, I do not know how to build roads properly. Well, that's the Warcraft experience, I suppose. Just trying to get your stupid peons to do their jobs is more painful than it's worth. You're still very quiet. I don't know why I'm having trouble hearing you. Let me just get a couple of raiders and then I'll send them in there and I should be able to wrap this up. Alright. I can hear you slightly better, yeah. Alright, well, I think I lost here. Clearly I'm not going to be able to take this guy out, and I'm running out of resources, so I'm just going to go ahead and surrender. But, there you go. That's Warcraft for you.